Giraffe is a 5-year Gambia government and World Bank funded project worth 47.91 million US dollars aimed at promoting the development of inclusive, resilient, and competitive agriculture value chains focusing on smallholder farmers and agribusinesses in the country. Ahead of the implementation of the project, officials convened a day-long sensitization in Bijilo to create awareness on gender-based violence and risk assessment and management, targeting central project coordinating unit staff, implementing partners, and social workers. Examples of various violations against women and children were discussed, finding ways to avoid its occurrence as in previous projects in the country. Child labor is one of the rights violations.
Extremely young kids, 5, 7, 9, 11, and these Talibans are deployed in this field, harvesting rice, in some cases from 8 to 4. And in many cases from our monitoring, they are not even given food. They go around and beg for food by themselves. Meanwhile, the money that is paid for that labor goes to the Karanta, the leader head of the Nalabi itself. So these are serious scenarios that we have trying to sensitize.
Research has shown that 35% of women face violence by intimate partners globally, and project implementation areas can be one of the breeding grounds for such practices. Environmental specialist for Giraffe, Lamin Kamara, assured a GBV-free environment, citing the various frameworks that are already in place.
The bank has put in place what we call the Global Gender-Based Violence Task Force. And as part of the recommendation of this task force, they came up with some key action plans that are necessary as far as bank investments are concerned. Environmental specialists for the project, it is our responsibility to ensure that our stakeholders are fully aware of this information or this instrument so that during implementation we will know what to do as far as our engagement with those beneficiaries are concerned.
In her address, the Director of Gender Equality, Ministry of Gender, Mariama Marian Jabang, said government values the welfare of women and children, thus the formulation of legal frameworks in Women Act, Sexual Offences Act, among others.
In broader terms, we're addressing gender-based violence, sexual exploitation and abuse, which is C, and sexual harassment. In this context, we're looking at the World Bank context and the implementation of projects. We're looking further at concerted measures, the measures that we take as implementing partners as a government to strengthen our approach and management, as well as prevention of gender-based violence and violence against children in the Gambia.
Project stakeholders are poised to sign codes of conduct as Giraffe will embark on massive infrastructural development across the country, which will require the deployment of workers in project-targeted communities. This influx of workers may heighten the tendency and exposure to increased risks of gender-based violence in the forms of sexual exploitation and abuse incidents by project workers. Usman Mane, GRTS.